to Iowa, everybody. As you can see, we have a brand new John Deere rotary mower. This is ours. We bought it, and we're coming up here to our grass field to mow some grass. We also have bought a rake that's still at the shop. We're going to have to go pick that up when we're done here. We need still to get a baler, and I don't think we're going to mess with hay. I think the plan is going to be to bale it as grass and then lease. I think we're going to lease a bale wrapper and wrap everything into silage bales. I think that's where most of our money is going to come from. So we're going to, let's see, lower this down, turn it on, and we're going to mow. It's going to definitely be a little different raking coming from Miss White's farm, where we had the self-propelled that would actually just, put it in a windrow for us. So we are going to have to rake a little this time around, but money-wise, I think the mower was $15,000 and the rake was 18 or 19. So we're trying to do things on a budget here with only $200,000 left and still needing to build a farmyard. I think the plan is going to be to make this property here kind of the start of our farmyard. Thinking about putting a shed on it, and once the shed's on it, we can kind of build up from there. Possibly looking at buying in the future the property next door, which is already kind of set up for a farmyard, but I figured while we were purchasing land, this one was the best way to go, since it already had some stuff on it. But get this mowed up here and get some raking done. I think it's gonna treat us pretty well. We got a little bit of extra ground here on the outside that we can mow up. I'm also going to go down around the house, or not around the house, but some of the open areas around our fields, and mow them when I get this done. But to start, we're definitely just trying to get as much of this, or get this field done, get a lot of grass mowed today, and then we need to look into either buying or leasing a cultivator so that we can cultivate our sorghum field that we just finished harvesting in the last episode, because I think in September we're going to try to put barley in that. We should be able to double crop barley, if I'm not mistaken. We should be able to plant barley in the fall, harvest it in the spring, and then put soybeans in right behind it. So if we can get some double cropping going, I think we'll definitely be able to make some money here in the coming years. But for the time being, we're just trying to do what we can. But I don't know how long this is going to take. We were going to buy a actual disc bind, but with the disc bind, it's like half the working width that we have here. So it's kind of just easier to do it this way. Get this rotary mower. We can rake up behind the rotary mower. It's not going to be a big deal. We also need to look into some sort of fertilizer spreader, weeder, or something to spray weeds. We just kind of got to see. It's going to be probably a little bit slower of a start at this point than what it was at Mrs. White's, but starting with no equipment definitely takes some time. So I'm going to go through and knock this out, and I will see you guys when we pick up the rake. All right, so we are done with the mower. We got everything kind of around our fields down here and the big field done. I think I'm going to take the mower back up to the grass field and leave it up here. I think my plan is to buy the few things that we absolutely need, and then after we see how much money we have left, we're gonna find some sort of shed to keep all of our stuff in. Probably I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this, but I think I'm gonna keep our shed up towards this northern property. That way, if we do buy that in the future, we can just kind of tie into that and have one big barnyard. So I think for now, I'm just gonna park the mower here. Drop that off, jump back out. I'm gonna head to the shop and pick up our rake, and I'll get everything kind of raked up and do that off camera, and I will bring you guys back when we have a baler. So we are just now pulling into the field with our brand new John Deere 690 square baler. We got it set up to pump out some of the biggest bales that we can, and I'm just happy to have a square baler after fighting the round bales on Miss White's farm. we can just bail and not have to worry about stopping and just keep pushing bales out. We got all this raked up, as well as the stuff down at the house. The rake's actually sitting back. I brought it back up here and parked it back behind the I can't spin that way right now, but it's parked over there behind the mower. I'm thinking I'm going to try to get some sort of little shed to put over here once we get all these bales picked up. Just something that we can put somewhere and have some storage room. We might have to make a little road into it or something like that, but I don't think it should be a problem. And then we are going to wrap all these bales, however many we get them all wrapped up somewhere and stack them up to sit and ferment. So yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Just a little bit of baling to do. Hopefully we get a decent amount of bales off of this. I'm hopeful, because this will be probably our first money we make this winter. Will be whatever we get here that ferments, selling, and try to get some income coming in, since we've already spent pretty much all of our money. Not all of our money, but a lot of our money, and we still need a lot of stuff. Luckily, as far as a bin site goes, they're allowing us to use the train bins as long as we want them. So that is very helpful. We don't have to worry about selling at low prices. We can wait and sell when we get high. There's our rake that we got. I think I'm gonna skip every other row. So we already got 4 bales. 4 bales on the ground just off the headland, and then obviously we got to remember there's more in the baler. So probably 5 off the headland alone, and we'll see how many we're spitting out here for each pass. But I think the yield on this is going to be pretty good. And then the stuff down at the house around those fields, that's just meadow grass. That's probably not going to be anything crazy, but it's there. We might as well use it. Might even end up making some of those fields a little bigger. I think the plan is to harvest the soybeans in the fall and put corn in that the following spring, I believe. Might do corn. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, because if we decide to buy a drill, then we would have to buy a planter. But we'll have to see kind of where things work out this winter. I'm hoping we should be able to get at least one more cutting off of this field. And now that we have the equipment that we need, I'm going to look into maybe doing some contract work for grass, and just seeing if it's feasible to make some money, get some extra bales, and something we're just going to look into. But for the time being, I'm going to get all this baling done, and yeah, I will see you guys when we're done. Alright, that's it. That's all the bales. Quite a few of them, actually. We're going to have to figure out where we're going to store them for the winter. Or at least until we're ready to sell them. I'm actually going to park here for a little while. I'm going to run in the house, take the rest of the day to call some people about getting a building put up. And then tomorrow we will look into leasing a wrapper and leasing, I guess, or getting something to start working that field, because like I said, September I think we're going to put barley in. And yeah, so get looking into that, and I'll see you guys in August. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is August. It's about 7 a.m. and we just leased this bale wrapper. It's one of the few wrappers that'll do square bales. It's gonna put them in a tube, but that's fine. We also, as you can see here coming up on the left, we got a building put up. So got a decent sized building put up, and did a little landscaping around to kind of make things work. We got all our bales picked up and stacked. We have a bale trailer now. Little bits happened since you guys have been gone. So as you can see, those are all our grass bales that we made. We got the tractor over here, the mower, the rake, baler, our trailer, and this is our new bale trailer. But I think where I'm gonna do is behind this shed here. I think I'm just gonna come up about right here. And actually, I don't know. Alright. I haven't used this in a while. So I think there's a unfold there. I'm pretty sure it might be all I have to do. I don't know. Alright, maybe that's all I have to do. Let's figure this out here. Let's hop in the tractor. Yeah, I've used one of these, but it's been a long time, so. Basically just shrunk our little grass field up here just a little bit, just enough to I guess to be able to justify putting a building in. And like I said, we kept it tight to this side, that way if future us decides to buy this property next door, we can just kind of have it all together. Yep, there we go. That'll work. So that is how it works. So what I'm gonna do is grab this one. Thinking we should be able to grab two. Oh, this is two's a little heavy on the loader here. 2 grass bales might be max. definitely max weight on the loader. See if that goes through. I guess it's not going to pick that one up, is it? Carry this around here. Oh, it didn't end up grabbing it. There we go. Why it's walking already? I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. Alright guys, I'm going to probably take quite a bit of time here and get all these bales. What we have 6, 12, 36. We got a few. I don't feel like doing math right now, but we got quite a few bales here, but we're going to get these all in a tube, and it's probably going to take a little while, so I won't bore you with it. I'll do it off camera, and I will see you guys when we're when I'm back. Alright, so we got all the bales wrapped up back there. We went down to the store, and we purchased us this this Jan broadcaster. This will do lime and fertilizer for us, so that's why we ended up going with it. Don't know how wide of a spread it's got, not very. So we're gonna get some lime on our fields here, both of them. We filled the spreader up with 5,000 liters, and the we had 1,000 liters left over. That bag is back there, so we do have some extra. We go ahead and hit our grass field first, and then we're gonna go lime our sorghum field. That way we can get that cultivated and ready to plant, and get all the liming done. Then we can come back and fertilize this. I got my lines all messed up here. We do have guidance steering, GPS in this tractor. I just haven't set it all up yet. But from the looks of it, we need to get that figured out. Maybe I'll look into that before we go and do our other field, just so we can keep our lines nice and even. But yeah, so we got I'm just gonna hold over here a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. We should be able to hold this line and then be in good shape for our next one. At least we can get ourselves a straight line. But yeah, we still have 94,500 left in our bank account. We are going to have to buy a cultivator. The only bad part is we're not going to be able to get a very big one because of having only 200 horsepower in this tractor. If we had a little more horsepower in our tractor, we'd be better off with getting a bigger cultivator, but we'll get what we can pull Might just take us a little while, but we got time. We still have the rest of the month of August to get everything done before we need to be planting our barley in September. I do want to get barley in early September just so that we can double crop. Let's see here. There we go. Tell you what, guys, I'm gonna finish this pass out, and then I'm gonna pull the guidance steering up and see if we can figure out at least the north and south line, and see if we can get this figured out. So, quick pause, and after this pass, and I will be right back with you. Alright guys, I think I got it figured out. As long as I can remember what buttons in the cab do what, we should be in decent shape. I am going to hit a little headland up here before we go back down the other way, but we do have guidance steering now. Might even hit 2 here. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but we also had bought in this set of pallet forks. We also bought this set of pallet forks. But yeah, this is guidance steering. So I can turn on the rows here if I want, but we'll leave them off. Shouldn't need them. It's a little better without them. But yeah, so this is just a north-south track. Probably end up hitting a east and west one when we go up to the other field to be able to make our long passes. But it's kind of nice. We don't have to worry about getting off of our lines, and we can make sure that everything gets hit perfectly. The only problem is going to be over here. We're probably going to have to split this last row to make sure that we can even get. So a lot of times the precision farming doesn't pick up. Doesn't pick up on if it's not quite enough. So I think what we're going to have to do here is probably this. Stay tight to this side so that we'll be able to get it on the next pass. But having guidance steering is going to be nice in this tractor for many reasons. Didn't have anything like that. Nothing new enough to have it in there with Miss White. So we're definitely moving on the up and up. It definitely costs a little more, obviously, but when we bought the tractor, I definitely thought it was worth it. So only using a little bit of this lime here is nice because this field was in pretty rough shape. I am gonna throw that last little bit of that bag in here. Hopefully we use enough. We got to get down to 4,000, and it looks like we're going to. these couple pieces here. And a little bit up here that we can hit. I'm just kind of turning off the auto value enough to hit these spots. We're going to call that good. And pull up here and drop this off, I think. Drop that there. We should be able to just spin around. Grab our bag. Get out towards the front of the bag here. Come on. I know you can do it. Just doesn't quite reach high enough with these big bags. Should have got pallets, but there we go. I'm assuming it's emptying. Yeah, it is now. There we go. Alright, that's the last of that bag. Alright, back this up here. Get it hitched back up. We're pretty well full, and we will head up to our other field. This little road we put in is kind of nice. Like I said, we only really lost. Yes, we definitely need to get some nitrogen on there. We only really lost from here to basically where our road cuts in, but we can still mow this. It's just not going to be limed and fertilized like this is, but just having a shed to, you know, have some storage is nice. And then as we start to make money, we can look into getting our grain bin setup going. And finding out, you know, kind of where to go from there. But we'll head up here, probably hit a couple headlands on the big field, get our headlands done, and then we'll set up a east-west course for our GPS. And should be good to go. I'm gonna run up, hit a headlands or two, and once I get that done, get the GPS set up and hit you guys with a time lapse here. And after that, I'll see you guys when we're ready to cultivate. wraps up our liming. So we still have almost 3,000 liters of lime left that we can store for this field. We're gonna run this back up to the shed, and I think we're just going to we're gonna have to unload the lime and get some fertilizer, and yeah, have to get fertilizer in this for our grass field. Then we will need to get the cultivator what we want purchased and get that field cultivated. I think we're going to do that in the next episode. I'm not sure how long this one's going to be, but I feel like I've been recording for a while. So yeah, this is going to wrap up this episode. I'll get all this stuff put away, and we will next episode we'll get cultivated. We'll have to either find a cheap seeder or just lease one to get our barley in the ground, get that planted. After that's planted, we shouldn't have a whole lot to do until it's time to harvest soybeans, and that'll all be hopefully in the next episode. Start looking into maybe doing some contract work now that we have a fertilizer spreader. We can do some fertilizing contracts, we can do some mowing contracts, and yeah, so thank you guys for stopping by for the first full episode here in Iowa, and I will see you next time. If you like the video, obviously please like, subscribe, and take care.